Again, we're back in this class. And this time around, I want to talk about the most important element that gives life, that supports life, which you cannot live without for more than, let's say, 4 minutes. And that is the air that we breathe. Now, this is a mixture of gases because it contains different kinds of gases: argon and carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen. But the one that has the highest amount of volume in the air that we breathe is nitrogen, which is 78%. Oxygen occupies 21% of the total 100% in the atmosphere, and 1% is occupied by carbon dioxide and other gases. Imagine a situation where you have 78% carbon dioxide. We will all be dead. That's why we have that balance of 21% oxygen, 1% carbon dioxide, and 78% for burning of things, because we have liquid nitrogen for burning things. Now, what are the properties of air? As you can see, air is colorless, it's tasteless, it's odorless, it's invisible. Let me easily see it. It's a mixture of gases. It's colorless, so it's invisible. Let me put it that way. If you see the air around you colored, then it is polluted. So it is a mixture of gases. Now, what are the characteristics of the air? Characteristics of air are: it has mass. Don't mistake mass for weight. Don't mistake mass for weight. It has mass. And it occupies space. Imagine your gas cylinder. What do you think is pumped into the gas cylinder? That cold air inside of it occupies the space inside of it. Sometimes when I was much younger, I used to blow balloons and inflate it. When I inflate it, what that air coming out from inside of me into that balloon is doing is that it is occupying space. Now, it expands. The balloon, before now, most times when you have a balloon, if it's not leaking, it's flat. But the moment you start pushing air into it, it starts expanding, expanding, expanding. Not only that, when you have hot air around you, cold air descends, warm air rises. That's what causes the movement of air. And another characteristic of air is that it exerts pressure. It does what? Exert pressure. Have you ever seen where people are walking on a rainy day with their umbrellas trying to walk in the rain and the wind is blowing? What happens to the umbrella sometimes? It switches and blows out of their hands sometimes. Sometimes the wind destroys the umbrella. Why is that so? Because air exerts pressure. And you try moving sometimes and you see that the air is pushing against you. And sometimes it blows past you. It's because it moves. So what are the uses of air? What are the uses of air? You have so many uses for air. Now, look at me. What have I done? I whistled. I can make music with air. That is one use of air. I can use it for entertainment, for transportation. Birds, airplanes, dirigibles, they all use air. Even hot air balloons use air. When the heat is on and the air inside the balloon keeps expanding, it fills the balloon and the next thing it rises. So it's used for transportation and it's used for burning. In the villages where we have some grandmas and some grandpas, whenever they want to cook with charcoal or firewood, what is it that helps them to make the fire sustain? It is the air that blows into it. That same air can also be a fire extinguisher if we're using carbon dioxide. Oxygen supports air. It helps the burning to go on. But when you want to put out a burning fire, you use carbon dioxide. So it can be an extinguisher and it can also be a support for burning. Finally, okay, we can also talk about filling of balloons, filling of balls, filling of your tires. Have you ever had a situation where you were driving and all of a sudden you started feeling like your tire is wobbly? When you came out of the vehicle and you checked, you had a flat tire. The next thing you will have to do is to look for a vulcanizer who will eventually inflate your tire with what? Air. And when it fills it up, you are on the move again. Air is very useful. So that's that. You've seen in hospitals, there may be some movies that we see sometimes, that they put someone on the life support machine. What's the life support machine that they put them on? The life support machine keeps pumping oxygen into their lungs. The moment they remove the life support machine, what happens? The person, you hear, hum, 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 and the person is dead. That's what happens. So air supports life if you use the oxygen of it. Now, we've talked about transportation. Birds, airplanes, and helicopters use the force of the wind to move. And for recreation, you see kids flying their kites in the air sometimes. They're enjoying themselves. Sometimes you bring out your remote controlled drones. It doesn't fly by itself. It uses the power of the wind or air around it for that recreational purpose. So air is very, very useful. So what are the highlights of this lesson? Air is a mixture of gases. It is colorless, tasteless, and odorless. The moment you have air having taste, maybe that's fat. You're smelling it. If you can smell it, it is fat or smoke. If you can taste it, then it's no more air. It is colorless, tasteless, odorless. It has weight. That has mass, not weight. That's one of the characteristics of it. It occupies space, it expands, and it exerts pressure, and it also moves. And it contains the most abundant element in the air that we breathe is nitrogen, followed by what? Oxygen, which is 21% of it. Nitrogen is 78%, oxygen is 21%, and carbon dioxide is how many percent? Just 1%. It's not even up to 1% because it's a mixture of carbon dioxide and other noble gases. But for your class, we'll just not go into further details of this. I believe that the next time we'll be meeting, we'll be talking about air pollutants and how we can prevent air pollution. See you next time. Stay safe from coronavirus. Use your hand sanitizers. Cover your nose whenever you have the opportunity. And when you go out, make sure that you avoid anything that can contaminate your breathing, your everything. See you next time.